Hello, I'm sorry, I'm a disaster. Listen, I got back late from my work, and then I got distracted. So, I did not have as much time as I thought I did. Also, for some reason it's not capturing. Fuck. Maybe because I'm not clicked on it. Capture? Is it not turned on? It's not turned on. You know. Okay, game capture. It's probably the right one, right? Probably, hopefully. Yes, okay. Is it positioned right? I gotta make sure, because I got a weird shaped monitor. Okay, it's fine. Hello. Fuck, I didn't update the information. Shit. Hibuki. No. Fuck. Ah, Hibuk. There we go. Okay, 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 okay. We're fine. I'm a fucking mess. But we're fine. Hopefully the audio is alright. I did turn it up a little bit. But it should be fine. I'm also eating. I made cookies the other day. Some nice chocolate chip cookies. And I've been eating them like constantly. I probably ate them last stream too. Can't remember. I'm just glad I don't have access to the cookie jar up here. Otherwise they would have been gone in one day. But anyway. Hello. Welcome. I'm a fucking disaster. Sorry, you can probably hear the gross eating noises. This cookie is so damn good. Okay, so last time on Danganronpa. It's a great fucking question. I don't remember what we did. Hang on, I gotta think. Okay. We found out who killed Mahiru. And it was a whole complicated scenario. Essentially, TLDR, Peko got executed. Fuyuhiko is now blind in one eye, so he wears a nice little eye patch. He also stabbed himself in a sense. After the fact. And then we threw him a party. Which then something happened during the party, I think. I don't know, Ibuki played music and it was cool. But I don't remember what happened after that. I'm pretty sure I'll get reminded once we start playing, so let's less talking and more doing. We did not find another body. I do know that. There was another motive made, I think. That's why we're getting them despair music. I'm gonna see if it'll tell me. Can I open the transcript? Yeah, okay. Ding dong ding dong, okay. I can't scroll any faster. Oh yeah, we should explore the new island. Oh, right. Okay. That's a pretty big thing I fucking forgot. Akane and, Monokuma duked it out. And then Monokuma tried to kill Akane, but Nekomaru got in the way and got shot with the laser beam instead. And then he was rushed to the hospital. So we have no fucking clue if he's alive or not. I'm good. Fuck, I need my other hand. Okay. I'm putting the cookie down. I move my keyboard slightly off. Okay. Hello, Fuyuhiko, Little Mafia Man. I forgot that was my nickname for him, Little Mafia Man.
Yo. Huh. Damn it. You. Sorry.
Little Mafia Man. He's trying to change, which is nice. I'm gonna see if there's anyone in the lobby. Chiaki, but that's not surprising. When if she dies,
Hey.
it's gonna be painful for me. I fucking love her. Like, I haven't really expressed my love for her, like, as much as I've been, like, with Ibuki and stuff. But, like, I fucking love her as a character. I think she's really cool. She's chill to hang out with.
See?
She probably might be one of my favorite characters. And I will be really sad if she dies. So don't be the next victim, please. What? Is that Akane? Oh shit. Oh no. Well, that definitely wasn't Hyoko's or Mikan's voice. It was 100% Akane. Yeah. If there's one thing I can tell, is voices. Well, yeah, she probably feels like shit. Like, Nekomaru is dying, or could have died to protect her. Like, exactly. It's probably only settling in now. Hi, Nagito. Aww. Is he actually dead? Did they find out the news though? No! Nagito, can you tell me what's happening?
I see.
The fuck? Okay, where did that come from? 2, can you tell me what happened to Akane?
Hey.
Oh. Damn. Oh. Transfer student? I'm sorry, what? Sorry about that. I'm back. But I'm sorry, what? Nagito. Nagito. Who in their right mind? You would. But who else in their right mind who aren't an antagonist, you know? Because I'm assuming that's what you are. Because, like, Byakuya in the first game. You here, probably. And the only other person I can think of is Fuyuhiko, and he's not acting like that anymore. But who else would come here willingly?
It's the truth.
I mean... Oh, hello! Welcome. Sorry, I didn't see your message. You're both wrong and right. You do lie by omission. But you've never been like, I'm telling the truth to you, and been like blatantly lying. Not that I can remember. The only time you really didn't tell the truth is when you were quote unquote admitting to killing Byakuya when he didn't kill Byakuya.
Right? Listen carefully.
Okay. I'm gonna take this with a grain of salt, but I will watch the person you're talking about. Yes.
There's no mistake.
I mean, that would make sense. Like, that 100% makes sense. Because he was in the first game. And now he's here. Like, that's 100%. Like, it makes sense. 100%. Like... But I don't know about that one, Chief. I don't know about... Well... The Byakuya from the first game and the Byakuya from this game are very different people. They acted very differently. But still similar that you could assume they're the same person. But it's different enough that if someone saw what Byakuya was acting like, they could pretend to be him. He's not, like, he's got a good point. Hyoko, can you... Well, we know why Akane is like that, but Hyoko, what's your feelings on this? No, he does not need to be tied up. He's not gonna kill anyone. Okay? He may assist in a murder, but who also in their right mind would ask Nagito to assist in a murder? Literally no one. No one's gonna ask him to help, and he's not gonna do it himself. He's fine. That's a little extreme there, Hyoko. That's mean. Yeah, I don't know why. He's not the type of person to do that, though. Yeah, that's really weird.
Yes. Hello, my name is
Hey,
Ibuki
Buki.
Miyoda.
Hang on, I gotta let my dog out. Okay, I'm back. I just gotta get situated in my chair. Make sure I'm not running over any wires. You good? Yeah, everyone's acting a little weird.
Wait.
Yes.
What the fuck is happening?
It's the truth.
Hey, Shoo.
Understood.
What is happening? I mean, clearly something wrong with Ibuki. Like, okay, Hajime is like, everyone's acting really weirdly. Akane's reaction is understandable. Nagito is being Nagito. Hyoko is Hyoko. Ibuki's the only one that's really acting weird. Yeah, her eyes are swirlies, which is strange. But not like intense swirlies like Nagito's were. They're just like minor swirlies. Like a little nice little swirl. I did notice that. Nagito's not acting that weird. He's just messing with people.
You got it
Could be.
wrong.
Oh, Mikan, do you have the answer? Oh. She's sick. That would make sense.
That's weird. Why? Understood.
Okay, yeah, she's very sick. Oh, she's sick too? They're all sick. Is Nagito sick? Yeah. Oh damn, he is sick.
Emergency! Just a minute.
Who's all sick?
What's going on? Hey.
Mickey, now then. Wait!
That's Ranma.
You stupid brother!
Wrong. First off, wrong manga, game, whatever. It's a manga. The second, wrong person, wrong universe. Wrong universe,
I don't even know
Monokuma.
what's been done to me. Well now. Well done. That's right.
It's the new
It's the despair disease. What the? Actually, it's true. Well,
Ah.
What?
Well, it is kind of the opposite, because he kind of just tells the blatant truth. In a sense. It's weird.
Hey!
why? I can't wait! Like...
You. All right. Hey.
Understood.
Okay, but what was he saying before about Byakuya? Because, like, that 100% makes sense, though.
What the?
Amazing.
We need to get you to bed. Okay, that's the weird part. That is the most out of character thing for him to say. We're getting you to bed. Go to bed. Are you okay? And Nagito's down. Let's get him to the hospital.
Thrills, chills, kills! Bring it on!
Is he seriously?
Impossible.
Yeah, we need to get him to the hospital. We'll get those two, but like, Nagito is passed out.
Yes.
I'm concerned. I'm very concerned.
Understood. For now.
Damn it. Let me
Oh,
tell
boy.
you this. Maybe. Well.
Yeah, what's gonna happen now? Talk to Sonya. Yeah. That is a concern.
This too must be the maybe. Damn it!
Really? Cause Steph, whatever your fucking name is. That you've got a good point. You got a good point. We're gonna get fucking sick.
Even so. Huh.
Okay, so is Fuyuhiko not dead? Cause that is something Nagito did tell us when he's doing the lying.
Let me tell you this.
But that is
Kyoko.
which cockroach said that? You.
This is bad.
Yeah, we can't let it spread, but
Hey. What's wrong?
Like,
Mikan. Yeah.
Hey. Huh? Jeez. Hey, you.
fine.
Aww.
Silence. This is the Tanaka Empire! You... I'll destroy you!
Jeez.
Huh? I don't like this.
So.
I mean, we kind of have no choice.
You know, right? That's right!
And
Huh.
you.
Jeez. Hey!
I am sorry. Thanks. I think.
Yeah, figure out a way that we can talk. Well, it's just
Jeez.
us.
Hello.
Huh? Well,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know what we would do. Mikan! Oh my god. You are the one sleeping on me.
Hajime!
Yeah, what happened?
I'm sorry.
No. Not that either. Yeah.
Hey, hey. Don't tell me.
I was unconscious.
Bastard! Damn it!
What? That's not good. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good.
Damn it!
We gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go. Nagito, Nagito, Nagito. That's not good. 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 That's not good.
Don't tell me. Fidget! Damn it!
Not good. Not good. Not good. Nagito, 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 Nagito. He's not moving. He's not responding. This is not good. Okay, he's breathing.
Hey! Hey! Well?
Hey,
Unfortunately, I cannot read lips.
like...
Yes!
Yeah, we gotta
see.
save him.
Yes!
Damn right. Anyway,
I'm concerned. But I wanna. Can I go check on the rest? The other two? Like, I know Nagito was sitting, like, worse than the other two. But I would still like to check on them. Make sure they're sleeping soundly and not dead. Okay, well. She's up. She's fine. Good.
damn right.
Is that a... Oh,
What's up?
cool.
All right.
Sweet.
I get it. That's right.
Wait, shouldn't we inform them about Nagito's condition?
Damn right.
That's cool. That's good.
Even so.
Oh. Okay.
Damn right. Huh?
Ding dong bing bong.
it is please return to your rooms and now then, sweet.
Now then.
You guys, what are you thinking? I don't like this. Unbelievable.
Oh boy. Is it a notice that we cannot sleep in them?
In other words,
What are you saying?
unbelievable.
Jeez.
Uh,
Jeez. You're pathetic.
Monokuma appears! Brought to you by Monokuma!
I want to try it, Taiyaki, because they look good. Like, especially the super sweet ones. But I've never actually gotten the chance to have any.
Speak Academy School Trip Executive Committee has an announcement to make. Good
Good
morning,
morning,
everyone!
everyone.
Now then, let's show...
We gotta get back to the hospital. I hope Nagito's okay. Yeah, I'm concerned. I'm very worried.
Yo. Damn right.
Yeah, I'm very concerned. I don't care if Hajime is not concerned. I'm concerned. Is there any secret monokumas that I didn't notice before? Probably not. How is Mikon? Oh.
This is bad.
Yeah, we can't have two people dying.
Now then.
Hey, Kazuichi.
Nope. Hey.
You. Well.
No.
What?
However,
Hey.
let's... You can't.
Don't fuck with me!
Ding dong bing bong. It's nighttime.
Ahem! Hope's Peak Academy School. It is now. Please return to your rooms and relax. Let the sound of the ocean gently. Now then.
I could never, like, I can't even imagine. Cause like, I'm feeling anxious, like, and wanting to pace. This is a fucking game. I can't remember, like, I can't imagine actually, like, you know, living.
Jeez, you're pathetic.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I'm concerned about Nagito. Ibuki, you should go to bed.
Yes. Understood.
Nagito, are you alright? I'm so concerned about him. I'm so concerned. Yeah, you should rest. Yeah, we're worried. Mikan. Mikan, you need to sleep.
Yo. Damn it. Jeez. Jeez, you're pathetic.
Well, she's been up all day and all night for the past 2 days. Uh-oh. 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 Oh? 1. We might be sick. 2. We could be remembering our school days. That's 100% the classroom we were in, so it was probably the school days. Oh no, it's not. Yeah, it could be. I straight up can't remember. Huh.
Hey! Hey!
Maybe for some people. Mikan, I swear to... Mikan!
Believe it.
Mikan! You need to stop.
No.
Mikon, hurry up and move.
Wait. No! But
That's good. I forgot Ibuki broke her lock. I gotta make sure he's okay. Let me see him. He's up. Oh, but he's totally dazed.
well,
That's a good thing he's... Oh god. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. She's got the swirlies. She's got the swirlies. She's sick. She's sick. Or maybe she's not sick. Maybe she's getting sick.
Man.
Oh. You know that's a lie. Nagito. I'm glad you were better. I'm okay. I mean, her character is, like, the entire thing has always been, like, the fan servicey, which is really weird, because she's not the character that you'd normally tend to do fan service with. You would do that with someone like Akane, who has, like, the top of her chest showing, like, constantly. So that's why I've always found strange about the way they portray her character. She's extremely clumsy, and she always happens to fall into fan servicey positions. And I mean, that's kind of what was happening there. It's very fan servicey, but it's really weird because none of the characters, like, they're all just kind of like about it, which makes me think there's something else going on. But I don't know what it is. Is everything okay? Uh, um, uh, I'm sorry. What? Please. Why? Who? Yeah, I know that's a noose. Yeah, of course, I know that's a noose. That's why I'm fucking reacting like this. Is this a live video transmission? Or is it a video? What? Who is that? I can't tell. You can't tell. No, it's one of the patients though. So it's either Akane or Ibuki. But it's not Akane. It's Ibuki. It's totally Ibuki. Yeah. Yeah. This is not good. This isn't good. This isn't good. This isn't good. First one, who told her that to do that? Two, why is no one in the music venue? There should be something there by now. Please. Please, Ibuki's a really cool character. No. No. Please. Hajime, do you not know what's happening? My question is, how much are they gonna show? Because, unlike, you know, stabbing and a lot of blood, that kind of scene is definitely more of a mature rating thing than the teen rating that Danganronpa has. So in the event of them showing, you know, as much as they would for a normal dead body, content warning. Extreme content warning. Oh, it's pitch black. Okay, they're not gonna show it right now. Someone needs to go check on her. Yeah, we need to go. Gotta go. Yeah, I know, and I've seen worse too, but
Ahem. Hope speak good.
it's still something I would like to content warning, because that's an extremely triggering thing. We gotta go. Run faster, Hajime, goddammit. Goddammit, come on. I know I'm not technically time-based, but come on. Oh no. Oh. Yeah. That hurts. That fucking hurts. Ibuki. And in the play, she was standing on that stage not 2 days before. God damn it. Why is it, yeah. No, I don't think so. Gundam, Gundam, Gundam.
What?
No!
I won't let you!
Ibuki's dead!
I renounce you!
No!
Hold it.
Fiend.
But still. Let's...
No! She...
Fine. Leave this to me!
Yep.
We gotta go, we gotta go. Oh, Ibuki. Mikan, help us, what?
Hey.
No shit!
Yeah. She's dead.
Perhaps.
Huh?
Yeah, unfortunately. Wait, it's which way is it? I can't remember. Can I teleport there? I can't. Okay. The opposite direction of the hotel.
Damn it!
Hey.
Of course it's Ibuki. Who else could it possibly be? Huh?
Huh?
Nope.
Let's go!
Was there someone hiding in there when I was there?
It's got nothing to do with you! Damn right!
Yep.
Let's go!
Okay, it's open. Is her body still there? Yeah, it's still there. Yoko! Now that's a turn of events. Ding dong dong ding, a body has been discovered.
A body has been discovered.
I butchered the pronunciation of discovered because I was
Now
distracted.
then, after a certain amount of time
Also,
has
shouldn't you say
passed,
two
the
bodies?
class trial will begin.
We had a whole discussion about this in the first game. Don't be lazy, Monokuma. Oh, yeah, okay, it's doing the second one. Ding dong dong
A
ding.
body has been discovered. Now then, after a certain amount of time.
So at least we would know that they're definitely both dead. So the murderer's gotta still be in here.
Could it
It's
be?
Ibuki.
Shut the hell up!
This is just... Yes!
Damn it!
We know it was hung. Ibuki. It's Ibuki. My thoughts exactly.
What's the matter?
Yeah. Also, I love your name. New chatter. Hello. Yes, Monokuma. Two people, and I watched one of them happen. And it's Ibuki. Damn it. Oh, is everyone here now?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
What? What?
The people I have nicknames for is quickly dwindling. Yeah. She was kind of a brat.
This is trouble.
I thought she was an interesting character, but she was really annoying sometimes. Not to speak badly of the dead. Hi, Nagito. How are you doing? Are you feeling better? You no longer look like you're crazy.
Damn it!
Oh, are they both better? Oh shit, no, that's someone's dead. They're cured.
No way!
It's not a silly reason. This whole thing is because Monokuma's bored, essentially. Yeah.
What'd you say?
He's Monokuma. He has giant robotic beasts. He was acting really weird. I don't think he would... It's not really in his character to do that, though. Also, the other two were very clearly sick. And he passed out. Like, he was dying. He was straight up dying.
Monokuma file!
Monokuma file.
See ya later!
This cannot be.
I'm just gonna say right here, right now. Hiyoko 100% told Ibuki to go kill herself. And she did, because she's had the global disease. And then someone killed Hiyoko. That's my prediction. That's what I'm predicting. Because I got the other one half right. I got the other one somewhat right. I said Hiyoko was at the scene, but Fuyuhiko killed. I was kinda correct.
Silence. Let me
Yeah. But that's my guess. I'm guessing that, yeah. I'm guessing that Hiyoko didn't mean to kill her. But she might have, I don't know. We gotta investigate though. Or maybe she just decided to be like, I don't know, in a silly quirky mood and just decided to be like, haha, I'm gonna kill her and, you know. Yeah, what's gonna happen to Nekomaru? Yeah.
That's weird.
Hey. Yep. This is bad.
Leave it to me. Alrighty.
Okay. You do that. We gotta figure it out. Yeah.
Damn right.
Confirm how Hiyoko died and make sure that... I mean, it's very clear how Ibuki died, but probably should double check. Damn, the first death that really hurts.
Hey!
Yeah, it is really warm in here. He mentioned that before. Yeah, Monokuma file, let me see. Crush the windpipe, yeah. That's predicted. Okay. Her death instant. I mean, we just confirmed it. We had to make sure that...
So...
But that also means the less people there are to investigate.
I'll definitely find out, I think.
I want to check Ibuki's hands. For a kind of morbid reason. Oh, I can't. Can I? Yeah. Let me talk to people. Hello, Sonia.
Something like this. How cruel.
Yeah, I will cherish that moment forever because that was such a nice moment. Oh yeah, Hyoko did like her music. But another explanation could be Killer wanted to kill Ibuki using, you know, her disease with the gullible disease. He convinced her to step up there and hang herself, and then Hyoko stumbled upon it, trying to get here in order for the announcement. But why would she leave the cottage? That's really weird, because she didn't want to leave the cottage at all. So why would she...
So just as I thought.
Okay, Mikon. What do you got so far? Yeah. Okay.
Damn right.
Little Mafia Man.
Huh?
Drumstick. Yeah, that's... we broke it. We snapped it, yeah.
Hey.
It was locked, you couldn't open it, yeah. Forced our way through, it was a drumstick. So either the killer was still in the building, or there's a secret exit.
I get it. Huh? Like...
Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking, Little Mafia Man.
Damn it.
I've listened to the whole well,
What?
see?
A great glob.
Yep.
Some kind of pain? Oh, don't eat it! Chiaki! Chiaki! That's even... Uh-huh. Yeah. Glue? Chiaki... You shouldn't just stick things in your mouth, Chiaki. You're gonna get sick. Okay, Nagito.
Hajime. Hey,
Yeah, go ahead.
wow. How unfortunate.
Nature, the collective will.
There's nothing over there. Broken machine.
I see.
This, too, must be the will of causality.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking of, like, wood glue. But again, that's not normally green. And wood glue is probably something they would have in the music venue for props and stuff.
Well,
Fine.
Hemp bag. Oh, that's the one that was in the movie theater. Yes.
Hey! I see.
But to be fair, I was thinking along the same lines, so we make sure we gotta confirm. Because we didn't actually technically see her technically dying. Yeah, we only saw this. Can I see her hands? Is it gonna let me do that? Blood. Oh, Goku's feet. Interesting. Yeah, she did say no external injuries. Which
Damn right.
makes me kind of happy.
Like, well,
What were you thinking, Hajime? Like, I'm sorry, Hajime. That is the most obvious thing in this case. Like, it doesn't explain Hyoko's death. Yeah. Ibuki could have been told to commit a murder-suicide. But did you? I didn't. Oh yeah. I see it now. I see it now. I guess I didn't process the whole thing. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't process everything you said. But I'm still trying to think. But at least I'm hoping no external injuries means including her hands and her fingertips. And where her I mean, it was the crushing in the windpipe. She was choking, because, kind of what I was thinking was, kind of morbid, but I was trying to figure out if she died instantly. And if she didn't suffer or anything. Yeah, there would still have to be someone to tie the body. Because I wanted to see if she wouldn't suffer. If she suffered or not. But yeah, there's a blood stain on it. Must be Hyoko's blood. So she was killed probably in the other room before Ibuki. Yeah. Sorry about that, I'm back. Yeah, why is her kimono put on incorrectly? Yeah. Yeah, Hyoko... Yeah, Hyoko definitely wasn't there. She was 100% killed before. Hajime, you're dumb. The killer 100% doesn't know how alibi for it. That's 100%. He's got that right. Like the killer does not have an alibi for that amount of time because the killer was definitely in here.
Now.
Yes,
Actually-
Nagito.
Huh? Why?
Let's get Mikon to do it. This is the same thing with the first game. We're not gonna... I don't care if it's a dead body. That's 100% disrespectful. Like, she hates Mikon, yes. But I think Mikon should be the one that does it. Yeah.
Hey!
Or Akane, that works too.
Hey.
What?
Thanks.
Now then. Yo!
Key. To what?
Perhaps,
Oh, maybe to the hotel room.
but... Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Hey. Well,
Her kimono.
see?
Oh, and the duct tape, that too. Yeah. Maybe stop it from getting blood everywhere. Probably trying to hide where she died. Dirty.
Hey.
Yeah, I know, I saw that earlier. Blood?
Yep. But still. So...
Maybe Hiyoko tried to write a name? Wait, hang on. Yeah, the AC control panel. 86, that's why it's warm. Why is it warm? Maybe to keep Ibuki's temperature up? Lighting the candle. I guess with the friend.
Huh? So...
Yeah, that could be. What's behind it? Look behind it. There's probably clues behind it then. Is that everything? Control. Oh.
So you have
Oh.
I can see it! Go, my four dark devas of this.
Yeah.
How pitiful. Fine.
To block out the lights. To block out the lights. Is that everything? Yes. I think that's all. Oh, nope. Apparently not. Talk to you, I've talked to you. I think it is. Oh, the back room. Oh, it's a carpet. Or no, or it comes from over here. Probably paper. Or no, it was, yeah, it's like back paper it was used to block the lights. Torn, yeah. Oh no, they replaced the wrappings.
Hey, Hajime. Right? How mean.
No, he just has a fixation with hope.
Damn it. Hey.
That's everything, apparently. You should go to... Alright, talk to Nikon. Oh, that would make sense. They would 100%. The black paper on the left one is gone, but the black paper on the right one is 100% there. Anyway, yeah. I mean, the main way you tell the time of death for a body is the temperature of the liver, but and based on the outside conditions, how cold it is to the how close it is from normal body temperature to the ambient temperature. But if the ambient temperature is, 85 fucking degrees, that's only 10 degrees off of the normal body temperature. So you're not going to see any decrease at all, and you can't tell the difference. You won't be able to tell the time of death, at least not very specifically, yeah. They could also made it super cold to do it too, like frozen. You can't tell the time of death in a body really accurately if it's frozen. Yes. That's why they covered it up, because Hyoko died first.
Huh? See?
Good instincts.
Oh, the Monokuma movie. Is that what they're talking about?
Do you have a minute?
This too must be the will of
Well, we didn't watch the movie. Yeah, that was a rule in the first game too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perhaps. So... I am concerned.
Yep.
See?
Silent.
Hey.
Wow. I don't like this.
Okay, good.
This is kind of depressing.
Yep.
Okay, that's good.
Taste your powerlessness!
So... Oh my!
Good instinct.
Well, you... hmm. You are right.
Okay. So for once, the investigation isn't gonna be linear in this game. Much like it is in the first game. The first game, first trial was like, here's a bunch of hints, you need to go to 7 different places on the first floor of the school. It's like, hopefully that was the right button to click. Yeah, okay, it was. It was very, uh-oh. Is my pet dead? My pet has died. It's fine. Okay. Movie theater.
Hello there.
Hey, Nagito.
I see. Hey!
Did you call me? What? What are you gonna do?
Huh?
Listen up!
That's...
Here! Look forward to it, okay?
Hey.
It says 13th, 10:04 a.m. Okay. So it's the 13th of a month. What month? Who fucking knows? Did I say 14th? I meant 13th. I'm sorry.
No, no, no! Are you sure?
Okay, I guess I'd like Nagito. Nagito!
Possible.
Oh, so what's with the bottom of your jacket? Oh, do I have to go investigate other
I
things?
do! Here! Hey! Hey! So...
Do I just literally have to wait?
No, no! Are you sure?
Is there something else I can touch and look at?
Here! Hey! Hey! So...
I literally just have to wait. But why? What's the point? I can't leave and I can't go in the theater. Goods kind of. Oh yeah, the hemp bag. Maybe that's what I was supposed to do. I didn't see the thing before, yeah.
What's this? Too bad. You're so stupid. Shocking. Hey,
Oh. So, whoever has the second bag is the killer. Possibly. And it also could be planted evidence, but you know. It's fine. I'm also kind of far away from my mic, so. If you can't hear me, let me know.
well now.
And I'll move back up.
Now then. I can't wait.
Okay, I just wanted me to check off that piece of evidence. That's nice. Okay, let's do this terrible movie that Nagito was complaining about.
Now then, please relax and enjoy the film.
I fear. Oh, flashing lights warning, goddamn.
Monokuma was born in a remote village full of old people because the death rates outpaced the birth rates. One day, Monokuma was swept up by a tornado created by a helicopter gunship during a routine military exercise,
This is hurting my eyes.
and was whisked away to Monami's country. Monokuma wanted to return to his homeland so he could go back to pestering the old people for change.
I'm gonna have to watch it on my actual game capture because like it's literally hurting my eyes.
So he began his journey to see the wizard Monami, who was rumored to grant any wish one
Because my
desires.
game capture's smaller.
Along the way,
and not as
he
bright.
met a very loyal group of friends.
Uh-huh.
Monokuma met a Monami scarecrow who was missing a brain. When he recommended that she commit suicide,
I am starting to understand.
the Monami scarecrow hanged herself and died.
Oh, that's lovely.
He also met a Monami lion who was missing her courage, so he pumped her full of arrows.
Yeah, it's not how. Yeah, but we're gonna. It's 100% making fun of the Wizard of Oz story. That's just kind of the point. But it's high tech and bullshit. Okay, so it's a good thing that there can't be any more murders because we don't want Akane being stabbed full of arrows. Yeah.
He also met a Monami Tin Man who was missing a heart, so Monokuma sliced her into lumps of iron. After a lot of other stuff happened, Monokuma finally reached the wizard Monami, the great and powerful. Eventually, one thing led to another, and he started beating the crap out of Monami. And in the end, he somehow usurped the kingdom from her.
Happened to
With
the person
this,
with line.
Monokuma enslaved the old people, took their pensions, and lived the rest of his days in luxury. And he
God.
lived happily ever after. The end.
I understand Nagito's reaction to this movie was fucking terrible, and oh my gosh, the flashing lights were so horrible. It doesn't seem that bad, but like over the minutes that was, God, it hurt. I don't even have issues with flashing lights, but it hurt, damn. It was just too, like, it was too much to going from, like the bright, normal, which is fine, to a dark back to bright really quickly. That was the, I don't know, it was bothering my eyes. Okay. It doesn't help that I also kind of have it dark in the room I'm in. Like, it's bright enough for me to see 100% perfectly fine. But it's not bright at all. Yeah. The screen is, I also have a bit large monitor. Like, you've seen my monitor. I have a decently large monitor, the one that I play games on. So, yeah, and I have it like 100% brightness because while I have night vision essentially in real life, I can't say the same about games. Okay. I'm fine now. Let's continue. I don't know why that bothered me so much.
So, bye-bye.
That might have been just a specific thing to me. I don't know, everyone's different, so... It was fucking terrible, Nagito, why did you make me watch it? Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of strange, because she fits the 10 character better. Ugh. Okay, let's leave this godforsaken movie theater. We gotta head to the hotel. The motel, sorry. Which direction is it? That's probably this way. I don't fucking know. One of the places we have to go is this way, so I will go to one of them. Okay, motel. Gundam Tanaka.
We have appeared. Listen well.
Damn right. I get it. I see. Hey!
Mon ami. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, it's kind of a combination, and she fits the Tin Man's character better, like, without a heart. Like, Hyoko is kind of known for her, blunt and hatred of certain people. Like, she basically hated everyone except Mahiru. And she's very blunt about it. Like, she does not care if you know that she hates you. Like, there's definitely some people on this island that would describe her without a heart. And then her death, yeah. She was hung up like the lion. But she was definitely killed like the Tin Man. So maybe the killer knew that they could only kill 2 people and tried to combine the deaths in Hiyoko. Yeah, we met Monomi and Gundam.
I see. Like... Well, yeah. Well.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. But I mean, when you think of cowardice, the first person I would think of would be Akane because of the disease. Like, and the only reason Ibuki fits the scarecrow without a brain is because of the disease. Because like Akane is the first person I think of when you say the cowardly lion, because lions are technically usually not cowardly, and Akane is usually not cowardly, but because of the disease, she's cowardly. So that's why, yeah, it's strange. That one's weird. Like, the first one fits so perfectly, and the second one just doesn't.
Huh? Jeez.
I don't doubt you, Fuuko, I'm just thinking. Okay, I guess we'll go to, Yoko's room. I'm concerned as to what's inside based on what, Oh, it's not terrible.
Oh my!
Yeah. How did you get in?
However, perhaps.
Oh.
You are right.
Well, yeah, it's a traditional clothing.
Perhaps Yoko,
Stupid! What are you saying? Of course I can do it! Because Mahiru taught me. That's why I can do it on my own.
If that is the case, how about you do it someplace where there is a mirror?
Oh, I understand. I understand immediately. Well, that explains why Hiyoko was in the music venue. So I don't think Hiyoko's death was planned.
Do you remember the full-length mirror in the storage room at the music venue? If you do it while standing in front of a large mirror, I am confident you will be successful. Also, shutting yourself in your room like this may be bad for your health.
And then that explains why her kimono was all ruffled.
It cannot be.
They didn't. They were planning on killing Ibuki. And Hiyoko wasn't planned. Damn, poor girl witnessed. Basically witnessed 2 murders. Gets blamed for one, and then gets killed for the other. That sucks. Yeah. That's not a fun way to go out. Like, she was kind of a bitch, but I feel bad. There's a hidden Monokuma there. There's something else in here. And then we have to head to... There was somewhere else we needed to go. Movie theater, motel, hospital. It's fine. Oh, Jackie.
Well? Hajime.
Yeah.
That's right.
Hey, hey. I mean, they could have hung up the rope before. But I'm 100% thinking collateral damage. It's possible she just had to walk through the blood. Well?
Hey. You.
Why would there need to be an extra rope? Oh, robe. I see. Sorry, I was reading it wrong. True. Kazuichi.
Hey, hey! Right! Man. Hey! Huh?
Now then.
No, I just have difficulty reading.
All right.
I'm sorry. No.
Hey, hey.
Exactly what you were saying.
Yo.
The extra gown's missing.
Like.
Hey,
Oh? Why?
cuz... Hey. Aww.
Oh. Oh? Uh-huh.
Hey, hey. Well? See? See?
Nah, it's just...
Nope.
Ding gong bing bong. Is it class trial already? No, I didn't get to grab the
How's
Monokuma.
everybody
It's fine.
doing?
I'll grab it later.
It's me, Monokuma, the class trial. So, make sure...
Damn, I can't grab it before we go, apparently. Which way would be faster? Okay. If I run... right. Right? I'm reading that right. Probably not. I did not read that right. Right? I cannot think. Oh no, where am I? No, yeah, it's this way. Monokuma Rock. Here we are again.
Welcome! Wait! Monomi's such a dumb child.
Hey! Hey, hey!
That's... anyway... bye-bye!
I won't let you...
Hey, hey! Huh?
Damn it!
Well... How about it?
What do you yearn for?
See?
I'm gonna do it!
The numbers are dwindling very rapidly. Definitely changed the decor in here.
Hey, hey!
No, no. That's... well now.
Yoo-hoo!
I have no idea who's the killer. Yeah, she was fun. She was cool too, I guess. I don't know. I personally never would have gotten along with her, but she definitely made things interesting. That is interesting, though. I mentioned this last time. Majority of the victims being on one page, and majority of the killers being on the other. Okay. Yes, I would like to save. Current progress. Okay. So we have currently the 2 files determining the ways of death. We have blood on Ibuki's soles. We have the rope that Ibuki hung himself with. We have Hyoko's room key. We have the scrap of paper that was found on top of the thing. The back curtain that was weird. The stepladder with blood on it. The candle that was blown out. The surveillance camera unit being destroyed. The AC temperature being really super high. This blood stain smudge on the floor. This stuff that was on the door. What Mikan said about where she was. The video that we saw. What Fuyuhiko said he saw. What Sonia said she said. The movie invitation ticket that we have. Monokuma, who Monokuma sold the bag to, and the movie itself. That's our stuff. Okay, cool. No, I don't want that. Let's go. Class trial.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, if you vote correctly, I'll punish everyone. Oh well, who cares about this?
I don't mind starting the trial, but I don't really have a grasp of how the case played out. You know, because I was asleep the whole time.
Even if you do grasp it, you're just gonna confuse the heck out of us, aren't you?
No, he's gonna confuse the heck out of you.
But
I will actually understand.
I don't really get it either.
You're fine. Your head's empty anyway.
That's incredibly rude.
What's wrong with that? Listen up. The emptier your head, the more dreams you can stuff inside it, you know?
Anyway, you shouldn't proceed with the trial if those who can't participate in the arguments. Since he's the first witness, why don't we ask Hajime to explain the incident and the sequence of events?
Then, let's start with when we split into the hospital team and motel team because of the despair disease. The hospital team consisted of Nagito, Ibuki, and Akane, who were infected, and Mikan, Fuyuhiko, and me.
The other 5 in the motel team were myself, Gundam, Kazuichi, Chiaki, and Hyoko.
Spending the night at the hospital was prohibited, so Hajime and I had to sleep at our cottages.
I woke up at my cottage on the day the incident happened. Mikan came by to wake me up and told me that Nagito had recovered from his symptoms. We immediately headed over to the hospital, and after we confirmed his recovery, I made Mikan rest in the on-call room, since she hadn't slept all night, while I waited in the hospital lobby. And then, I saw the incoming signal light on the surveillance camera blinking before our scheduled time. When I pressed the button to turn on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a video of someone wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head, climbing a stepladder.
Amazing! That's such a heart-pounding story! And then what did you do, Hajime?
I tried to stop them, of course. I rushed out of the hospital and ran to where the video was being recorded, the music venue. but it was too late.
I've never seen that sprite before.
By the time I arrived, the person wearing the hemp bag on their head was already hanging from the ceiling.
But I realized, hang on. When he says
I
what
thought I
he
should
said.
tell the others right away, so I headed to the motel.
I realized I never said what I understood when Chiaki, opened those things. There's 100% windows behind those curtains in the music venue. That's one, how the killer got out. And two, we didn't notice it because the curtains being there. So yeah, I realized I never kind of said what I was going, oh, about, because I just never got the chance to. Anyway,
Why
I'll
the
continue.
motel? Because it was close to the music venue, and unlike the hospital, there were more able-bodied people there. At least, that's what I thought. But the only person who came with me was Chiaki.
But I remember feeling a little relieved because not long after, we met up with Mikan and Fuyuhiko.
We were also looking for Ibuki since she disappeared from our site.
After I rested for a bit, I started counting everyone at the hospital. And then I noticed Ibuki was gone, so I sprinted out of the hospital. Coincidentally, I ran into Fuyuhiko, so I read with him in various ways to see if he could help me out.
Various ways?
Don't say it
Get
like
your
that
mind
and
out of the
confuse
gutter.
people.
After I heard from those two that Ibuki disappeared, I had a feeling she was the person
It was-
wearing the hemp bag.
First off, it was fucking obvious. Clearly it was not Nagito. Because we had just seen him. Two, it clearly wasn't Akane. For reasons I do not need to state. So obvious it was Ibuki. Not only when we get there, we could clearly see her hair. Anyway.
So I immediately led them to the music venue.
But the door wouldn't open. Since we had no other option, the four of us broke down the door. And when that happened, we didn't just find Ibuki's body. We also found Hyoko's.
Hyoko's, yeah.
And not just that. Her body was taped to a pillar.
Yeah.
That's when we heard the body discovery announcement. Not once, but twice in a row.
I finished my Dr. Pepper, and so since I'm on Dr. Pepper probation from my parents, I can only have one Dr. Pepper a day because they're actually counting it, which is bullshit. I'm drinking a Sprite, which isn't as good as the McDonald's Sprites, but they're still good. And it doesn't have caffeine in it, so hopefully I won't like crash at the end of the stream. But it does have sugar, so I still might crash. But yeah.
And so we decided to lower the hanged body, didn't we?
When we removed the hemp bag, just as we feared, it was Ibuki.
So that's how the case played out. Thank you. I understood it very
You are
easily.
welcome, Nagito.
Well, it's clear what the problem with this case is. When Hajime left the music venue, who...
Wait, how do I know anything Hajime just said is true? Sorry, I'm only being impartial right now.
Yeah.
The story I just heard is clearly suspicious.
Listen, 100% Hajime is gonna be like, but like, think about it from Nagito's point of view. He's absolutely correct. We as a player know that Hajime is clear because, of course, we see from his point of view. But everyone else doesn't. So he's 100% got a point. We have no alibi. Absolutely no alibi. So, yeah. I just wanted to state that because I know that, like, Hajime is gonna be,
You're the only one
yeah.
who saw the hanging video and the first one to discover Ibuki's body.
It's really suspicious.
Then you could be lying as much as you want right now, right?
Hajime's gonna come back with a why? Yeah,
Why would I
exactly.
lie? Obviously, So you could make us ignore what might be an inconvenient truth for you.
But we do have evidence that it isn't us. We didn't see the movie. And we have... That's why he wanted us to keep the ticket. You sneaky bastard. You sneaky bastard. Thank you. Thank you.
Do you doubt me? If you're not lying, I would like you to prove it. Come on, try to prove it to me. Prove you're not the
It was an
killer.
imitation movie. It was an imitation. Imitation murder. No, he's trying to confirm that it isn't you. No, he's literally just wanting to get you to prove that it isn't you. To confirm everyone else's suspicions, you know? It's the fucking movie imitation ticket. Like, it's an imitation murder of the movie that we didn't fucking see.
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime is the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
I'm not the killer. I mean, there's no way I'd be able to imitate that movie.
Also, going off what Super Banana was saying earlier, Makoto's, that's wrong, are so much more better than Hajime. I've been rewatching, Game Grumps play Danganronpa 1, just to kind of refresh myself on the lore. And oh my gosh, Makoto's lines are really cool. Anyway, I just wanted to pop in there and say that before I continue, because it just popped into my brain and I needed to say it.
Of course you're not. I already knew that.
Huh?
Exactly. Yeah.
Before the incident, Hajime had never watched that movie. His invitation ticket is proof of that. Each person only received one ticket, and they're marked with a stamp that shows the date and time. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Yes, no mistakes there.
Which means there's no way Hajime, who never saw the movie, could commit murders that imitated it.
Thank you, Nagito.
Or did anyone tell him what happens in the movie? Of course no one did, right?
Hold on a sec. You're the one who brought this up in the first place.
Because he wanted to prove it. He wanted to make sure that we weren't just taking my word for it. Because that's a stupid thing to do.
Nagito, what are you doing?
It's fucking obvious! Is everyone fucking dumb in this game? God damn.
Well, since we're opening with your witness
Exactly.
testimony,
Thank you,
I thought we should
Nagito. Are you
solidify the
the
foundation.
only smart one in this fucking
It
room?
also provides a good warm-up.
It's also true.
What warm-up? This isn't a game, you know.
Don't get mad. I just think warming up is really important. Especially since this isn't a game.
You're gonna fucking die if you... It's not a waste of fucking...
Well, I knew it would turn out like this anyway.
This conversation about how this is a waste of time was fucking longer than the bit to fucking took us to prove it. God damn.
Now then, since we know Hajime's
I can't with how
testimony
dumb
is
Hajime
reliable,
is sometimes. Oh
let us
my
move on
god.
to the arguments.
Yes.
So this means Ibuki definitely climbed the stepladder all by herself,
Yes, but she
right?
could have been convinced.
Yeah, I'm positive.
Then that seals it. Ibuki committed
No.
suicide.
She was
If
murdered.
Ibuki committed suicide, then who killed Hiyoko?
The murderer.
A murder coincidentally occurring in the same place as a suicide. Ain't possible, huh?
Like I said before, it's pretty clear what the problem with this case is. The killer murdered Hiyoko
I mean,
while Hajime was gone.
Also, to give these kids, like, in their defense, from what they remember, from what their knowledge is, they have just started high school. Like, yes, technically they're like second or third year high schoolers, but they don't remember any of their high school career. So essentially, they're just bigger middle schoolers. And yeah, technically the graduation for middle school is a little older in Japan than it is for America. It's still, you know, like, they're still young. Yeah, cause the whole point is that they're in high school. The Hope Speak Academy is a high school. Because in Japan you have to actually, like, apply to high schools and take an entrance exam to get into a high school. So it's kind of set up like colleges in America. And then because they don't remember any of their high school life, they're 15 essentially. They're 15 or 16 mentally. Technically they're like 17 or 18, but they only remember when they were 16 and 15 and 16. About. Of course, everything is kind of different, and I don't know exact specifics, but yeah, I do know a general outline. So, to give them in their defense, but oh my god. They frustrate me.
So all we gotta do is establish who could have possibly done that.
What are we talking about?
Then let's
I went on a rant for so long. Hang on. Okay, Hiyoko was Hajime was gone. Okay.
I couldn't have been gone for more than 10 minutes.
That's a question I would not have been able to answer. I am so timeline. I'll be like, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour? I don't fucking know.
So they killed Hiyoko and taped her up within 10 minutes? There's no way that's possible.
That's why the killer stalled for time by making the music venue a closed room.
What do you mean, a closed room?
It's fucking locked.
The killer blocked the venue door from the inside to try and keep us from entering right away.
However, that door is the only entrance to the music venue, right? If they blocked the door from the inside, the killer would not have been able to leave either.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
She's 100% already dead.
Which means, when we broke down the venue door, the killer was still inside.
No, they went out the windows that were blocked by the
case,
black curtain.
The only suspicious people are those who don't have an alibi for that time.
If there's no window behind the black curtain, this is gonna sound so fucking stupid.
And that's you two, Sonia and Kazuichi.
Me too?
Yeah, technically.
What the hell? Why's it gotta be us?
Damn, I don't want to be either
The others
of
all have
them.
alibis. Chiaki, Mikan, Hajime, and I all broke down the venue door together. Gundam met up with Hajime at the motel right before that. And if Akane and Nagito were laid up in the hospital, the only person that leaves is one of you.
There's another person who doesn't have an alibi. You know, Nekomaru.
None of us have seen him since then.
Hey, why are you talking like, huh? You're kidding, right? You're not up to something weird, are you?
Please stop making bad jokes.
Anyway, if the killer was hiding inside the venue, we should obviously doubt the people who don't have alibis.
What a wicked way of backing us into a wall. Is this his professional skill?
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they looked like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
Oh, you fucking kid.
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer waited till we got and suddenly
So they look like I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
the killer was still in. By locking the door, they tried to keep us.
It seems they were trying.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
Yes. Yes? No. Damn. Okay.
Crap!
Okay, so I can't agree with that
The
statement.
killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
Am I able to...
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt. By doing that, the killer waited till we get and suddenly
So they look like I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
the killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
It wouldn't agree with, though.
Damn it! The killer
Oh wait,
was
I
still
think I
inside
have
the
to...
music
Oh, I know what I
venue.
have to do. Okay, I got it. I got
By
it.
locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have...
The lock was on the floor.
Are you talking about the broken...
You can use that as a... By doing that, the killer waited till we get and suddenly
So they look like I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
Because the yellow, I can only refute. I can't agree with the yellow. I can only agree with
the
the
killer
blue.
was still inside the... By locking the door from the inside, they
Oopsies.
tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
There we go. Stop.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have...
The lock was on the floor.
Are you talking about the broken drum?
You can use that as a bolt to lock. By doing that, the killer waited till we get and suddenly
So they look like I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
the killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
No.
Crap! The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us
I'll
from
try what you
getting
were
in.
saying.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door?
I missed. It's fine.
That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor.
Are you talking about the broke?
You can use that as a... By doing that, waited till we get... And suddenly it...
So they look like... I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
The killer was still inside the music by locking the door from the inside.
There we go. I figured it out.
No, that's wrong.
Wait a sec. There's also a possibility that the door was locked from the outside.
Yeah, I'll explain. I'll explain before Hajime does, see if I get it right. The drumstick was broken before. They broke it there to make you think that the killer was inside. But what they really did is they used the glue to glue the door shut instead. So they put the broken drumstick on the floor. Then they used the glue to glue the door shut so that they shut the door, and then they were on the outside. So when we broke in, we saw the broken drumstick, we would assume that it was used as a way to shut the door, keep the door shut, and have the killer inside. Making it so that someone who does have an alibi, making it so that it's only the two people who don't have an alibi that can be suspects, and the one person who does have an alibi was the one that did it. Possibly.
From the outside? How? There was a semi-transparent glob stuck to the venue door. Maybe that's what they used.
Semi-transparent glob. Like rubber, maybe?
Glue.
I see!
That semi-transparent glob must have been glue. Glue?
Yeah, I think so too. It had a firm, gel-like chewiness, and I could smell workshop chemicals the moment I put it in my mouth. Based on all that, I'm certain it was glue.
I didn't know glue was edible.
It's not.
I believe it is not something one typically eats.
I can't get over the knife in the
That glue
fork
was
for
only applied to
Teruteru.
the areas where both doors touched. By pouring it in the gaps of the closed door, they must have sealed the venue door from the outside.
And thanks to that, a glob of glue was left where the door was stuck. Yep, it fits perfectly.
But if you just stick them together with glue, you'd be able to break down the door easily, you know?
That doesn't really matter. The killer only did that to make us think the door was locked from the inside.
What'd you say?
First of all, didn't that drumstick we found seem really obvious? Almost unnaturally so? It was so obvious that it makes more sense to think the killer placed it as a diversion.
Bingo,
Are
Chiaki.
you saying the drumstick was a trap the killer set on purpose? Then I totally fell for that fucking trap.
Apologize to Miss Sonia and me. However, you're not allowed to slice open your stomach this time.
In a quarrel, both sides are to blame. That's why it's better to
Oh,
just
shut up,
have no
Monomi.
side.
So, during the 10 minutes Hajime left the venue,
No,
the killer
she
murdered
was
Hiyoko
already
and
dead.
created a closed space?
And they also taped her up after killing her, right?
Was it Fuyuhiko? Wild guess. Absolutely fucking wild. Because I don't think he has like the motive. Yeah, that's besides the point. He doesn't really have a motive to do it. Granted, no one really has a motive to do it. But he 100% has no alibi for this though. Like, he was only seen after. Oh, okay, okay.
Even quick work has limits.
Oh, what unimaginable speed for a slowpoke like me.
If they couldn't have done it while Hajime was away from the venue, they must have done it earlier than that.
But when Hajime got to the venue, only Ibuki's
That's why they.
body was there, right?
That's why they wiped away the bloodstain so Hajime wouldn't see it immediately. Right? That's gotta be it.
And when you went back with everyone else, Kyoko's body was there too, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's possible that the body was just revealed at that time.
Thank you,
when Kyoko
Nagito,
was
the
actually
only
killed
person with a
earlier.
fucking brain.
Just revealed?
Of course, the body wasn't revealed on its own. The killer did that too. Here, I have proof.
Oh!
Scrap of paper. Is that what we found in the baton lighting at the music venue?
I'm very lightly hitting my desk. I don't think you can hear me. I don't think you can hear it, but... I understand. I understand. She was fucking there the whole time. Okay, cool. She was there the entire time. Okay. Let me continue.
That's right, but just what is this scrap anyway?
It's the black paper wrapped around the pillar. God. Not a good talking day. Clearly. Bad Saturday. Oh, hey, man's gambit. Fuck. Okay. Oh, they hit each other, it's fine. No. Fuck. No. I don't know what it is. If you have any idea, shout it out in the comment in the chat, because these ones are so hard because I don't know what it is. It starts with a W, that's for sure. Not W-E. Wallpaper. Wallpaper. I got it. Yeah, he said it right after I got it. Yeah. Sometimes it takes me a minute. Fuck, okay. Fuck. I'm saving that one. I need another, fuck. Things are going everywhere. No, fuck, wrong one. Wrong button. Ah, fuck. Things are happening. God, I can't. I'm losing so much health in this goddamn game. I'm gonna get a B on this because of those fucking handmaids game. Oh my god, go over that. No, I need that one. No, fuck. It's happening. Everything's happening. Okay. It's fine. I need an A. I need an A. It's fine. Fuck. This is not a good time. Oh my god. Please. There's an A. Perfect. Oh fuck. I hit the wrong button. Shit. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. I need an E. Okay, R. I got it. This game is so stressful. It's just that one mini game.
Isn't it part of the wallpaper in the storage room?
Wallpaper. Because not only do I have to figure out the word, I have to figure out how to spell it.
It should have been black wallpaper. That's the same
Under
color as that
pressure.
There was also a tear along the edge of the wallpaper.
Right. You overlaid the scrap that was caught on the lighting, tear in. See? It fits perfectly.
I see. So the scrap that was caught on the baton lighting was originally part of the wall.
Something I've always wondered about these things. Are we just carrying this shit with us? Like, or are there photos? Because, like, they're always like, see? Look at this in, like, the thing. And it's like, you're not holding any, you're not at the scene of the crime. You're not actively looking at what I'm talking about. So do I have photos? Like, oop, I hit the mic. It's fine.
And what's wrong with that? Does it have something to do with Hyoko's body disappearing?
Catch up, Akane.
A mere nobody like me isn't important enough to answer that.
You're gonna make me answer
you
it?
guys were exceptional enough to identify that scrap of paper. You can figure this out easily.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking obvious. But what's interesting is Nagito's 100% kind of like being like Kirigiri was in the first game. I'm sorry, I do not know what that means. Oh, hammer. Okay, I got it now. I understand. It took me a second to remember what hammer space was. Maybe they're just pulling it out of fucking alternate dimensions. It's super fucking obvious, yeah. I think the game just needs to spell it out for you because you need to actually figure it out yourself. And some people playing this game are very dumb. Logic dive. Oh, this one! I have like no health. This is fun. Speed. Haboinkus? I get to go boing. Haboing? Fuck. Haboing. Okay, question 1. Why does Hyoko's body sound like here? It was brought there. Yeah. Speed. Zoomies. Zoomies. What did the killer use to hide the body? Wallpaper. Haboing. 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 We covered the pillar. Yay! Speed! Rainbow. That minigame's fun. I like it.
It's all coming together.
It's all coming together.
Got it. Hyoko's body.
But it would have taken quite a long time to tape up a hidden body.
No, the body was already taped up and the killer hid it, along with the pillar using the wallpaper.
What? They hid the pillar?
Yeah, by wrapping the wallpaper around the pillar, the killer was able to create a slightly larger pillar. So when I first discovered Ibuki's body, Hyoko's body was already there. However, because it was concealed within a slightly larger pillar, I didn't realize that at the time.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, it makes sense that you'd notice Ibuki's body right away.
Mm-hmm.
So they used the baton lighting on the ceiling to hang the wallpaper?
The baton lighting forms a perfect circle around the pillar, so using it to hang the wallpaper totally fits.
Then, the reason the wallpaper was covered in so many stickers was to make it look like that pillar.
That's how they hid Hyoko's body, and then peeled off the wallpaper as soon as I left the music video.
But the killer made a mistake. They accidentally ripped off a piece of the wallpaper. And because of that, a scrap was left on the baton lighting.
The killer must have been in a hurry. Their plan took too long. Hajime could have walked in on them.
But going to the trouble of hiding the body and the pillar is very bold and risky.
But the crime itself would be much easier to pull off since they don't have much to do while Hajime's gone. They just have to peel off that wallpaper and stash it in the storage room. It's not that big of a deal.
Then, when was Hyoko actually killed?
Good point. And on that note, it's about time we shed some light on those imitation murders.
You mentioned imitation murder more than once. But what is that?
Are you kidding me? You haven't seen my...
Hey! Don't put my likeness in your movies without my
You're pretty noisy. For some...
I don't eat moss ball. I knew it. There are so many similarities. It must have been intentional.
Ibuki's death by hanging matches the Scarecrow's death from the movie. Not just that, but Hyoko getting taped up after her death matches the lion's death.
It's as if both crimes were replicas of scenes from the movie, although the mutilated Tin Man was omitted.
But why did the killer go to all this trouble in the first place?
Based on what we know, the reason the killer chose these imitations isn't that difficult to figure out.
I see! The reason the killer imitated two of the murders from the movie was so he'd mix up the killing order.
Then, Hyoko was actually killed before Ibuki?
A valid line of reasoning.
Yeah, it's valid. The condition of Ibuki's body suggests that as well.
What do you mean? If you're going to cry and beg like that, then I guess I'll hear about the condition of Ibuki's body.
The blood on the shoes.
I'm not even crying.
I'll let you sob as much as you want later. Just hurry up and tell me before I change my mind.
What a jerk!
Oh, I see. You want me to explain it to you, right? Because you don't understand what I'm saying, right?
An even bigger jerk? Impossible!
Look, Ibuki died because she hanged herself, right? That means when she was still alive, her feet were touching the floor.
What's wrong with that?
But it seems Ibuki was still standing when Hyoko was killed. That would mean Hyoko was killed before Ibuki.
How right. Your words are so light as the sylph's feather. Your opponent is out of your league. It is too absurd to try to perplex me so inadequately.
Man, he's being annoying again.
First and foremost, you claim Ibuki's feet were touching the floor when Hyoko was killed. How can a low-class creature with no psychic abilities like you know something like that?
because she was doing something that's only possible if her feet were on the floor.
Standing in blood.
It seems you suffer from a pathetic delusion.
You're one to talk.
When Hyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
I am telling you to present your evidence.
Did you see her walking?
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
I agree with that. Just as Sonia said, Ibuki stepped on something.
Blood.
That something was blood.
Blood.
There were faint bloodstains on the soles of her slippers.
Blood.
That is not Ibuki's blood, right? She suffered no external injuries. Then it's Hyoko's blood.
Hyoko's only wound was a fatal slice on her neck, and she died almost instantly, right?
If Ibuki stepped on her blood,
It means Ibuki was still standing when Hyoko was mortally wounded. Which means Ibuki was still alive at the exact moment Hyoko was killed.
Don't underestimate the power of the evil eye. Is that it? A shepherd dressed in his Sunday's finest still reeks of lamb, Hajime Hinata.
Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
Yeah, it does.
Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
Should have mocked us.
Are you sure you're sure?
Open up,
If I show you how serious I am, this world might be destroyed, you know. You're so frightened you can't even make a sound. It seems you've realized our difference in status.
Hajime, you've spent, what, 3 weeks in this island with this guy and you still can't, like, translate what he's saying? Granted, I do technically have subtitles. But still.
However, the time for conviction starts now. You better entertain me to the fullest.
That's what I done for it. 100% is gonna be this one.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to Hyoko? Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no... You can't step on blood that was never... Just about 1 minute. See a nice nightmare?
I understand what I gotta do.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged... Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor.
There was.
Allow me to cut through those words.
Allow me to cut through those words.
That's not it. The reason there was no blood on the floor is because the killer wiped it away afterward.
Don't say such foolish things. You don't have proof of that at all.
Yeah, that's why I said it's kind of not for me to say that, because I do have subtitles. If I was in real life with this guy, it might be a little more difficult.
Yes, I do. If you look closer, there's a streak on the floor where blood was wiped away.
When the killer tried to hide Hyoko's body, they probably cleaned the blood at the same time, but... Ibuki must have already stepped in it, and the killer probably didn't even realize it.
The reason they wiped off the blood on the floor was so we'd mix up the order of the murders, right? Even if they're able to hide Hyoko's body, it'd be bad if her blood was left out in the open.
plus, Ibuki's body was left out in the open, and it wasn't bleeding from any open wounds at all.
Hyoko's body was probably wrapped in duct tape to stop her bleeding. Actually, the bleeding will stop once the heart stops beating, so I don't think they had to go that far.
There would still be some
Aside from
post-mortem
Miko,
bleeding though.
none of us were aware of that fact, so the killer
And just
probably
freaking
did
out.
not know it either.
And especially because she's upright.
Maybe the heater was running inside the music venue so it would screw with Mikan's autopsy?
That's right! I didn't know the time of death because of the heater!
If the time of death wasn't mentioned in the Monokuma file just to keep concrete evidence from us.
Yep. Since we have all this evidence, there's no one else who wants to object, right? Then it's decided. Hyoko was killed before Ibuki.
It appears that it is wiser to retreat for now. Fine then. But regardless of good or evil, there's no deceit in upholding one's convictions.
Yep, don't worry, we're not blaming
shut
you.
up and back off?
Whoa, Kazuichi.
Now then, let us resume our debate.
You are like acting like an asshole today. Like, that is not really like you at all. You good?
Ah, wait a sec. There's something I want to run by Monokuma first.
Oh?
Huh? Again? Didn't something like this happen last time too?
Yeah, but we won
Hey,
the thing
if the
because of
victim
it.
actually committed suicide, what are we supposed to do?
Yeah, that's actually a great fucking question. Because the first game, they bullshitted through that when there was the suicide. But, like, yeah, what technically is supposed to happen? Are we just supposed to solve the other
The
murder?
same as always, you have to vote for who the killer is. Think about it. A suicide means you've killed the most important existence of all, yourself. Unfortunately, that means there's no Blacken to punish, but I guess in a pinch, I can always punish
Yeah,
Monami.
I mean, that's kind of what we did in the first game, I believe.
Nagito? What do you mean? If the victim actually committed suicide?
She didn't commit suicide,
Well,
dude.
I mean, I understand Hyoko's death, but I'm wondering if Ibuki was really murdered. For example, it's possible Ibuki killed Hyoko, and then committed suicide due to a guilty conscience, right?
Yeah, but
That's totally impossible.
Probably
Then
not.
she never would have killed her to begin with.
She was afflicted by the despair disease, remember? That means anything can happen.
she was just super gullible.
But if Ibuki's the killer, she wouldn't have been able to falsify the sequence
Thank
of
you,
the murders,
Chiaki.
right? After Hajime saw the hanged body, the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body soon after means the killer had to be alive at that time.
Then she was alive. When Hajime first discovered Ibuki, she was just pretending to be dead.
I'm sorry, but that doesn't work like that.
If she waited until Hajime left, that's when she could have made her move and mess with the crime scene.
No.
She hanged herself. Remember? There's no fucking way she could have faked that.
And if she was going to fake her death, I think she wouldn't have chosen hanging.
Yeah, she would have done something else.
Her body would have been defenseless in that state. If anyone touched her, that alone would have ruined her plan.
Yeah. Yeah, even then, like, there's no fucking way for her to get down. Like, and it's a very morbid thing, because, it is shown that, like, people who have who have been hung like that, if they don't die immediately from the windpipe being crushed, they tend to claw at their neck to try to get the rope off. You physically, running out of air like that, you physically do not have enough strength to pull yourself up and out of the rope unless you're very, very fit. So there's no way she possibly could have done that. She was a musician, not an athlete. If this was Akane, I would be more inclined to believe that. But no, it's impossible.
So that means there's no doubt that someone killed those two. I I'm glad. Now I'm free to search for the killer.
What the heck?
That's also why I wanted to look at her hands, because I wanted to see if she died instantly. Because I really liked her as a character, and I was really hoping she died instantly, which it looked like she did. Which is good. She clearly was probably gullible, whatever, into doing it. And probably not because she wanted to.
There's still one more issue on my mind.
And what is that, Nagito?
If Ibuki didn't commit suicide, then just what was that video Hajime saw? According to that video you saw, Ibuki was by herself when she climbed the stepladder, right? Then does that mean someone forced her to do it?
Forced? Perhaps they used hypnotism or something?
I don't know.
She's extremely gullible.
Don't say it all proud.
Putting that aside, it seems obvious that the killer did something. So, maybe we should figure out who was able to do whatever that was.
So, an alibi. Then our plan is to destroy the weakest alibi. Since Hajime has seen the video, it is clear what time the crime took place.
But just to be sure, that surveillance camera doesn't have a record function, right?
It does not.
It's a cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no way it'd have some kind of sweet recording feature.
Then, the video Hajime saw was actually right?
What time did Hajime see that video?
I saw it at the hospital, right before Monokuma's morning announcement. And I saw the body at the music venue a little after Monokuma's announcement.
So Ibuki hanged herself right before Monokuma's announcement. And since we established that Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki, that means the time that the murders occurred was before and during the announcement.
Then, we just have to find the person who doesn't have an
That would
alibi
be
to-
Mikan, Little Mafia Man,
I shall issue my
Sonia,
decree. Let
Kazuichi.
Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi commence.
Basically everyone except the two sick people.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone...
So everyone who stayed... What about you guys? I was where I was supposed to be.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the... If nobody has an alibi, then...
No, not that one.
Crap! We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane.
And what about the...
Right before the... I was totally sleeping.
I think everyone...
So everyone who stayed... What about you guys? I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted, if nobody... Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed.
We can exclude the sick...
And what about the...
Right before the... I was totally sleeping.
I think everyone...
So everyone who stayed... What about you guys? I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
No.
Crap! We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed. What about you guys? I was where I was supposed to be.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi...
There we go, got it. No, that's wrong.
Hold on. Not all of us are missing an alibi. In fact, Mikan and I both have alibis.
You two have alibis?
Up until I saw that hanging video, Mikan and I were actually together for a while.
We even woke up together that morning.
Hey, what kind of situation is?
I accidentally fell asleep on top of Hajime. Too much info.
Yeah, it's not like that. She just came to tell me Nagato's condition had improved.
And we went to the hospital together afterward. So we were together until right before the announcement.
I get it. You guys have alibis.
If that's the case, the killer must be someone else.
It's better if we think about it like that. The killer decided to falsify the murder.
So it's inevitable that an alibi for both before and during the morning announcement would be very
Sorry, I'm kind of
important.
skipping through this.
It feels like
We're just
Operation
kind of,
Destroy the weakest alibi
repeating
has backed us
things,
into a corner
and
instead.
It is at the 3-hour mark at this point.
But committing an imitation
And then so I
murder,
kind of want to get to
is that
halfway
really
through the trial.
all it was?
So that I can save and stuff.
Faking the time the crime occurred by falsifying the murder sequence, hiding their alibi in the process. Was that the only reason the killer made both bodies imitate the movie?
I don't know.
Are you saying there was another reason?
It might have been.
I feel really bad for confusing you guys so much, but that's how I feel. I think the killer had a completely different reason for falsifying the murder sequence.
Different reason. Oh, and we've gotten to the halfway part. Cool.
Hiya!
Stop it!
What a disappointment!
Okay. So we're saving here. That's where we're gonna end here for today. So, closing thoughts for this halfway through the trial. I've got no fucking clue. It could be literally everyone except Mikan and I. Like, it could be Fuyuhiko. And there's also no... Sorry, it could be anyone except Mikan, me, Akane, and Nagito. So, it could be literally anyone else. So, I've got no fucking clue. Unlike last time. But... So... Yeah, So, Friday, the stream is going to be Modern Minecraft with Friends, once again. We're gonna... If you didn't catch what happened last time, we had a lot of technical difficulties, but we're gonna be figuring it out and hopefully adding a few mods at a time so that it doesn't glitch as much, and we can actually figure out what mod is causing the issues, and change it or whatever. And so hopefully there won't be as much technical issues on Friday. And then on Monday is going to be Factorio Factions. Once again, just like last week, because we really, Monday. I'm way ahead of schedule. Just like Monday. because we had a lot of fun doing that. And then again, next Wednesday is going to be Danganronpa 2, and we're going to be finishing this trial. Yeah. Though, depending on how I feel, I don't know. I might add another. I don't want to add another streaming day, because I'm already doing 3 a week, which is essentially every other day. But I want to get through this game. And now that I'm doing so many things with friends, we'll see. I might add Saturday. No, I can't do Saturday. I might add... I can't do Sunday either. Ooh. I won't add anything. But I do want to get through this game, so I might start streaming earlier. We'll see. But I do want to log out, and I might also start ending stream later, so instead of being 3 hours, I might do 4 hours, like I kind of said at the beginning of this playthrough. But I can't tonight, because, I've actually been staying up super late recently, and I can't do that tonight. I need to actually, you know, cut back on my sleep schedule. It's already fucked, but, you know, it's better to fall asleep at 3 a.m. than 6 a.m. So, yeah. So, I hope you all enjoy it, and as always, the video of this stream will be uploaded tomorrow at noon, Eastern Standard Time on my channel, which is linked in my Twitch. All my other streams are there as well, so if you missed the beginning of the series and would like to go check those out, you can 100% do that. You can also 100%, you can check out the ones that are currently available on my Twitch, and you can go to my channel, of course, to see everything else I've streamed. You can also check my stream schedule, my Twitch stream schedule, to see when I'm streaming. I do need to update it. Mondays do currently right now say Danganronpa 2, but it is going to be Factoria Factions. I forgot to change it. I will do that when I get a chance, probably tonight. But yeah, so you can check out my YouTube channel. That'll have all my videos. They're uploaded usually the day after at noon. If they're not there by noon Eastern Standard Time, then they'll probably be there at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. If they're not there at 5 o'clock, check back the next day, because I probably forgot to upload it. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye. Hello, thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. You can check in the description my Twitch and my Twitch schedule to see what I'm streaming, when I'm streaming, etc., etc., especially if you're watching this way in the future. My Twitch is also linked in my YouTube. If you can't see it in the description, or for some reason the link is not working, please let me know if it's not working. It's also just twitch.tv/rioneko_gaming. Just like my YouTube channel. So yeah. I think that's everything. You think with how many times I've done this, I have, like, you know, a clear-cut script. I don't. But yeah. Thank you for watching the YouTube video. Subscribe and like if you did like it. Leave a comment to let me know that you did like it. Or constructive criticism. Like, let me know something I need to improve on. Maybe my audio is too quiet, or certain things are too loud, the background's too loud, the background's too quiet, etc. Stuff like that. Constructive criticism, maybe, you know, stuff I can do in OBS to make the stream just a little higher quality. Anything you have, if you would like to share, 100%, leave a comment, or just leave a comment to say, hi, I was here, I watched the video, I made it to the end, thank you. But anyway... I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you, hopefully, in the next video. Bye!